This is PEP, and of course we're watching Worldwide Magazine. This show is so busy. We have so many things to do that we didn't even have time to show the opening credits. That's true. We have a lot of things to do today, and we're going to try to do them all. We're going to play an excerpt from a meeting at Double Helix, which is really entertaining. You really love it. And we're going to also, at the end of our show, play the Mad Russians interview with William Webster, which is a hot item. In the middle, we're going to probably have some conversations with some of you nice people out there on the viewer hotline, and a whole bunch of other things if we have time. Now, I want to tell you something. This is the truth. Right now, I'm not wearing any pants. That's true. You can't tell, but I'm not wearing any pants. Honest to God. And I will maybe later on in the show you, but I'm not wearing any pants. But of course, you ladies out there, you see me without any pants, you'll never be happy with another man again. Also, during the course of the show, you're going to see how I earned my reputation as the great Peacemaker. That's true. I know it might seem odd, but you will see during the next 60 minutes why I have the reputation as the great Peacemaker. That's true. So now we're going to begin our show with an excerpt, or some excerpts from the October meeting of the Double Helix Board of Directors, where some of the friends of Worldwide Magazine came to speak up in our defense in our effort to regain access to the editing studio at Double Helix. Oh, I want to say one thing, that I'm really sorry that we haven't done a show in the last 4 or 5 weeks, but it's been almost impossible without being able to get into the editing studio. So I thought to myself, well, Double Helix doesn't want me to do the show anymore. And if I don't do the show, they'll be happy. So we're doing another show. And here it is, Double Helix, October Board of Directors meeting. Watch this, it's really good.
Say it loud. Say it loud. I'm proud. I'm proud. Very good. Now you want to send me back home?
No,
Welcome to a typical meeting at the Double Helix Board of Directors.
She do what she told me.
I do have to say one thing about Double Helix. They believe in giving an ex-con a chance. So they got something going for them. Please take a nice tight shot of John the Mailman. If he can fit in the picture, of course. Please.
I want my picture taken, Mike. I do all the talking.
Excuse me, Mike. Can you white balance Clarine, please?
Please.
Found anything.
What's this? They ain't gave you no permission to be a slave. What is this?
Mandela, these were left in the board mailbox at radio. Here, people that aren't here. Yes.
By who?
Well, you'll have to open it and read it.
Hey, Mike. Very good personal friend of mine, Axel Rose, was able to stop by, making a special appearance at the Double Helix building.
Because I want to see what all these white folks have to say.
When you say all white folks, you're right.
I'm talking about the board of directors.
You're right. When you say white folks, you're exactly correct.
Even one look like this.
Right. But Jesus said that even the black folks on this board of directors are white
Look
folks.
like this.
If you know what I mean, of course.
Oh, they see what they mean now. Oh my God. What's this inbreed you talking about? You talking about blacks and white being together? Ain't nothing but love.
No, I'm talking about family inbreeding, incest and stuff.
Oh,
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, I have overheard an anti-Semitic comment made by when no Jews were around. So I want you to remember that.
Please.
Hey, Clarine,
Okay.
Clarine, have you heard
Anybody-
about that memo? From Kid Bond to his contacts at the CIA identifying KDHX plan.
Anyone who has, right now we've called the meeting to
I'll
order
give you my address too.
at 7:12 p.m. Anyone who would like to,
Well, I'm interrupting for a second. You're watching the October Board of Directors meeting at the Double Helix Corporation. We're going to show you a few minutes of this meeting. I want you to listen very closely and real carefully. Turn up the TV because some interesting things are going on. I will tell you that Double Helix has threatened to cancel my show or to sue me if I show this meeting. We went to the American Civil Liberties Union, and hopefully everything should be all right. We should be allowed to stay on the air, but you never know. Anyway, I want you to remember now, you're going to find out in a few minutes why I have the reputation as the great peacemaker, and you'll see why it's deserved. So now back to the Double Helix meeting.
anyone who wish, the next item on the agenda, pardon me, sir, this is a board table. If you're not a board member, would you
Oh,
please-
I can't. I'm not.
Only white folks like Jesus at the table. Only white folks.
At this time, we normally have an open forum session where people who like to address the board may address.
Is you a board member?
I is.
Okay.
People who like to address the board may address.
Is you a board member?
I is.
Okay.
All those who wish to address the board, please be mindful of the following instructions. That we would like for you to make your comments brief, hold your comments to 3 minutes or less. The board would like to have a written copy of any oral statements that you make that you wish the board to consider.
Well, if it's oral, how you gonna be making a written at the same time? That don't make common sense, sweetheart.
So you can,
You can send them in to us after you
No,
make
I
your
can't
statement.
do that. I can write them out.
If you'd like
I
for the
do
board
know-
to
I do
consider.
know how to
Pardon
say-
me, sir. I'm gonna call on each person in turn. Please be mindful to make your comments brief. The secretary will be telling you that your
You
time
say
is
it's
up.
3 minutes, not brief. It's not 3 minutes.
The secretary will be telling you when your time is up. I will
Down.
start
I ain't no
with
dog.
the
boy.
first person, and I'd like for everybody here to be respectful of other people.
They'll be
When
the
someone
first
is
time.
talking, please allow that person to speak for their whole time.
There's another guy who needs to be on the list.
Address your name to the person taking
Vince
name.
Kelly.
Okay,
Vince is gonna talk.
Yes.
thank you.
Dr. Hannah, MD, proctologist.
I'm sorry, your last name?
Hannah?
H-A-N-N-A-N?
Yes.
Proctologist.
H-A-N-N-A-N?
H-A-N-N-A.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot.
That's all
Too
right.
many
Okay,
letters.
got it.
Might well get
So we
a
have-
name.
Okay,
6 people addressing the board.
okay.
Okay.
Therefore, we try to keep this down to 15 minutes. Please
That's
keep your
18.
comments to 2 minutes, if possible, no longer than 3.
You promised us 3 the first time.
I said no longer than 3. Please keep your comments to 2 if possible. Make them no longer than 3.
Yes, master.
Okay, now, we're going to try to be respectful in here. This is not a sideshow. This is a board meeting. Pete, you were first.
Okay. Where's the rest of the board? There's only one.
Pete, is this part of your comments?
No.
But they have, you have
Pete.
4,
No,
they
no, no,
have 4
wait,
or
hold
5
it.
members.
Hold it. If people want to make this out of a sideshow, we'll just not do it.
They
No,
have
no,
to
no,
expand
I-
the meeting.
This is
Quiet,
not-
quiet,
respectful.
quiet, Black Jesus. Please be quiet. Don't say anything. Okay, listen, I will take a very short amount of time. First off, I'd like to apologize for my behavior at the last month's meeting. It was very bad. I was very emotional. I felt that I was not given a fair hearing. Anyway, that's no excuse for my terrible behavior at the last meeting, and I apologize. If you accept it, I appreciate it. If you don't, I understand. I would like to say, as far as I can tell, the executive session stipulation of the meetings is abused. Because the last meeting, it was supposed to be a public meeting, and all it was they read the minutes, then they went into executive session, and then we came back, and the meeting was over. So, I mean, if you want to have a closed meeting with nobody here, you should do that. If you legally can do that under the Sunshine Law or the state of Missouri or whatever, we haven't checked into this yet, I mean, you should do it. You shouldn't have a charade that it's an open meeting when it's not. Quiet, Black Jesus. Now, I want to talk about my show. I really didn't want to because I just wanted to do my show, but that doesn't seem to be possible. I keep on hearing, I was talking to the board during the last meeting, after the last meeting, and the biggest thing on their mind after 2 years is this lawsuit with this fired security guard in Tower Grove Park.
The MO's usually the same. They think the uniform and the power that goes with it is an answer to an uneventful life. Guys who wanted to be cops and couldn't make the grade, usually because of twisted minds rather than bodies. They're usually not out to hurt anybody, just to play hero. In this case, to impress the ladies.
Double Helix ever been sued? Has there ever been any other lawsuit that has been given to Double Helix? Well, I might have made a mistake, but the actions of Double Helix in reference to this lawsuit has only made it bigger. It's only escalated it. A lawsuit is supposed to go to a court of law, then it's supposed to be decided there. But you jury and judge, and I'm guilty as hell, and you advertise to the world that I'm guilty when you're only making your own position worse. So you're cutting off your hand to spite your face.
30 seconds.
What does that mean?
You have 30 seconds
3 minutes
left.
remaining.
Oh, that's one way to stop me, I guess.
No,
My show has proven to have a lot of people watching it and a lot of commitment in the community, and Double Helix has constantly ignored it and constantly tried to stop me from doing it. And this action of not having a key and not being allowed to go into the building has only made it, once again, worse.
Pete, the next person, please.
Well,
The next person, please. Everybody's going to have the same amount of time. Who's the next person?
well, I want to say one thing. I want to...
Pete, you're going into the next person's
well,
time.
well, that's too bad. I want to have the decision about me having a key with me here to discuss it, not in a closed meeting. I'm not a personnel matter, and I should be here tonight
Who's the next
to
person
discuss
on the
it.
agenda, Gail?
Well, the great Peacemaker. I went there with an olive branch in my hands, extended for peace. I apologized for my previous behavior. All I really wanted to do was Worldwide Magazine. I don't want to be involved with these inferior people. Honest. It's my right, in fact it's your right, to do anything on public access. But Double Helix, with the encouragement of TCI Cable, has done everything they can to discourage the use of public access. Hey, I'll tell you what, why don't you go to Double Helix on your own and say you want to do a show? And say you want to use the editing facilities. You can't. They don't have them anymore. I used to think that Double Helix didn't like me because I was politically incorrect. But I'm beginning to realize the true meaning of why they dislike me. It's because I use the public access facilities and they don't want anyone to use them. My bet to you is to go down there and ask to see the editing decks for public access. They don't have them. Not anymore. Check it out. And I also want to invite you. Now listen to this. This is really, really important. November 4th, 1992. The first Wednesday in November. They're having another Board of Directors meeting. Now any of you people out there can come up and speak at this meeting. The meeting is at 625 North Euclid. That's at the corner of Euclid and Delmar. In the building, there's a big building there at 625. You have to go to the second floor. The meeting starts at 7 o'clock, and supposedly it's a public meeting where everybody is invited. If you care about Worldwide Magazine, if you care about public access, if you care about your right to use public access, come to the meeting. It's Wednesday, November 4th at 7 p.m. at 625 North Euclid. We're going to try to get as many people there as possible. You can meet me, you can meet the Mad Russian, you can meet some other worldwide regulars, and it should be very entertaining. And you can also speak at this meeting, so please, I know you're busy and I know a lot of people won't come, but maybe we can get a few to come. It's Wednesday, November 4th, 1992, at the Double Helix offices, the second floor, 625 North Euclid. We'd love to see your face in the place, and we'd love to hear you if you'd like to speak. And now back to the meeting. Oh, by the way, they tried to get me off through some parliamentary razzmatazz, and they did. And they were all ready for the next speaker of the night, which was the Mad Russian, otherwise known as Vlad the Impaler. And I think that in spite of all the bad feelings about me and all the distaste for me speaking at the meeting, they somehow liked me better than him. Here he is.
3 minutes.
Well, before I make my statement, I would like to ask the board of directors a question. Why was my show yanked off KDHX radio?
You're here to make a statement. Go ahead.
Well, first I have a question.
Okay.
Yes,
now
the
go ahead with
question.
your statement.
Okay, can you please answer it first?
Go ahead with your statement.
You the president of the question forum. Can't you answer
There
my
are no
question?
questions. We do not.
All right.
Got addressed.
You
Stand
got
down.
no reason. You can't get nobody else to
Go ahead.
justify.
You're being disrespectful, sir.
Don't
Well,
tell
you're
me what
being
I'm doing.
disrespectful to me by not answering a human question. The question is very legitimate. You're not answering it.
Yes,
All right.
it is a legitimate question.
That's why I'm here to find out from you, from your own lips, why you canceled my show. And I need an explanation.
That's all a man asks.
According
You
to
know that we don't answer questions.
Oh my
Well,
God! What the hell
He's
is
here
this?
to
You
make
don't
a
ask
statement. It's
questions.
already
Okay.
been stated that he's here to make a statement.
Somebody
Beginning
fired
last
you,
time.
wouldn't you want to know why?
Okay. Is everybody here going to be disrespectful? You're taking up this man's time.
try my
You disrespectful when you meet a lackey like you.
All right. According to Riverfront Times today, Doug Morris's show and my show were some of the most popular shows on KDHX. Yet, in this FBI, CIA conspiracy that involves all these miserable people here
Amen.
that obviously don't have a good sex life, just look at them. Please take a nice shot of all of them.
Talk about this sex life, please. You ain't got to bed with him yet.
Except Gail. Gail is a good friend. Gail is a good friend, so please don't include her with these losers. All right.
Mardella, you good too.
These are miserable people. They are worse than the Communist Party of my former Soviet Union. These are the kind of people who lick ass of the important people in this town in order to, through this
The last time
here
I had someone-
organization. Just be quiet. Clarine, I want you to be quiet while I speak. I want some respect, all right?
Boy, there's a lackey from the president right there.
Let's see, what else do I want to say? This board of directors has used me for 4 years to increase the listenership for KDHX, and now that the job is done, they got losers like John, who of course is too ugly to be on TV, so he's on the radio
What show
now.
he got? What show he got?
Here, she marries a white man for status, and now she's on the board of directors of Double Helix Corporation.
Oh, she president.
Okay, I don't know nothing about you, so I'm not going to do no personal attacks. I don't know nothing about you. I have nothing against Naomi, but her husband is a very uptight, horrible, miserable, thank you, horrible, miserable human being who I used to get along with. But when I called his troops baby killers during the Iraq War, that's turned against me. He's been spiteful, doing things behind my back that he will definitely get paid back for. I had a very popular show on KDHX. I'm now working in commercial radio, yet, for the record, I'd much rather still do what I did for no money whatsoever than be in commercial radio. For the record, I joined this organization because I believed it was an organization by the people, for the people. Instead, it's just a little cluster of these really miserable, sexless people who like to take it out on other human beings for their own miserable lives. 30 more seconds? 3 more seconds. Okay, what I want here, what I want here is the key to the editing room for Pete Parisi is not good enough anymore. From now on, I demand the key to the city. This board of directors has to give Pete Parisi the key to the city, otherwise we'll be coming here every board meeting. We'll disrupt these proceedings time and time again, and we'll do it over and over and over again until these people realize.
Who's the next person?
I said until these people realize.
Vladimir, your time.
Mailman!
Minister Wayne, it's your turn. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm angry. I'm very, very
sorry.
angry.
I'm trying to get everybody.
I hate these people.
It's your
and
turn.
I'm very, very angry.
I cannot compete.
Thank you very much.
Are you ready?
These are the real. These are the.
Are you addressing the board or are you addressing the camera?
Well,
thank you.
Are you the board? You look like the board.
Minister Wayne.
Yes, God bless you. Thank you. Pardon me. I would like to say something very seriously to you people. The United Way funds this agency as well as the Neo Profit, Ku Klux Klan. Okay, I'm
sorry, sir.
Ma'am, may I speak? Guess what? It's the Ku Klux Klan operation, okay? And it's ran by Ku Klux Klan members and ex-convicts out of the city, who y'all promote to the board as the president of KDHX. And guess what? He denied the people their rights to the freedom of speech. Okay? You have denied Peter Parisi the right to the freedom of speech by your cancellation of his key to the editing room.
Sexual. I just want to know that.
Who?
Okay.
I don't even know who you're talking about. And I don't play them games. Hi, cutie. Why don't? Pardon me. But, you know, seriously, young lady, you, as a black woman, should understand my problems in my community. But guess what? You white woman in heart, okay? All right? You do not understand where I come from. I'm from a ghetto nigga, by the way. And I love my people. And we have been denied the freedom to the Constitution of the United States of America for 500 years. I can marry a white woman tomorrow, but guess what? She cannot tell me what to say. She cannot tell me how to think. And because you sit on this board with all these white folks, including John, who's probably racist from the inside out.
Vince. Very respectful, we got it.
Vince, is it okay if this battery symbol's going?
Very well. Talk to Peter.
What's up, Vince? I can't hear you.
Said the battery's going bad on the camera. First of all, I represent Clark Oil Company too. And Clark Oil Company. Well, Clark Oil Company has an interest in radio stations. They're advertising.
Wait till it stops.
And what they want to do is they'd like to plug a lot of radio stations. But I got a list here I want to get from Double Helix. I want all the members of the board and their addresses from 1988 to 1992. I'd like to get a location of all their financial records of Double Helix from 1988 to 1982. And I'd like information on access to those records so I can get copies of them. And I like the hours of the access of the records. And if you want to contact me, I can pick them up, or you can get the list on information regarding financial records to my address or phone number.
Well, that's Vince. And of course, as we all know, Vince does represent a major oil company. Anyway, of course, he represents a lot just by being himself, because, you know. Anyway, that was the Double Helix meeting, and of course, I want you to come to the next one on Wednesday, November 4th, right after Election Day, and it's going to be at 7 o'clock at 625 North Euclid. Of course, as I told you before, as always, the Double Helix tradition, free coffee and donuts to anyone that shows up. Anyway, now we're going to play some of the many viewer hotline calls we got. We have quite a few of them, and we really can't play them all because I guess it would be boring just to show pictures of nothing in telephone calls because it's a television show, you know, you have to have pictures. So anyway, we're going to play as many as we can, and here it is, the viewer hotline calls on Worldwide Magazine.
I'm calling about the women-only portion of your show. Why doesn't your cameraman give equal time and pan some handsome young guy's body? Women need to see these kinds of things, too. This message erased. Next message.
Yeah, you a racist. You a black-hating, wet racist. And I ain't black Jesus. I'm another black man speaking to you about this subject. I'm a black man, and I don't like you racist. Running everything, you racist, 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 racist.
Next message.
I just want to let you know, Pete, that you're doing your hardest just to keep the show on the air. And Double Helix, they can just kiss my butt and they can kiss everybody's butt because they don't know what they're talking about. You do a good show. You've attracted a lot of viewers. I mean, ever since I started watching you, I mean, all my friends start watching you. You put out a really good show. And I don't see nothing offensive about it. I just think Double Helix just like sticking their nose in business that isn't theirs. So just tell them to kiss your butt and forget them. Bye.
This message erased. Next message.
Yeah, I just want to let you viewers know how rude the Double Helix Corporation is. If you really like Pete Parisi's show, I think you need to call there and tell them off. They can go to hell and they can kiss my ass because they're none but a group of stupid people. They're trying to go off on us viewers, and if we want to watch this show, and if Pete Parisi wants to produce this show, it's none of their business. So you people need to call in and go off on them. It's the number, whatever it is 361-7799. Call them up and go off on them. Bye.
This message erased. Next message.
Yeah, I'll call them up, but don't worry about them not letting you edit the show because it would be just as good without any editing at all. It would be just as lousy. Just keep up the good work and the lousy shows. Thanks.
Hello, Pete. This is Joe Villa, and I'm going to call those SOBs so I can give them a piece of my mind, but not all of it because I need some of it. Thanks. Goodbye.
This message erased. Next message.
Yeah, I watch Worldwide Magazine every night. It's on. And I totally agree with you. Double Helix is a bunch of losers for not letting you in. I mean, you're a public access show. And you should get access to their building because you're a cool show and everything.
Next message.
Yeah, if you get rid of those fat, ugly guys you got on there like Dump Truck Dave and Vince, who is the grossest thing in the world, and Marty, and that slut, that new girl Kathy you got on there, maybe Double Helix wouldn't be so upset with you. I think your entertainment has gone down the tubes. It used to be a good show. But that's, I guess, progress.
This message erased.
Oh, I would like to know, I'd like to tell Peter and all his gang that I am a proud supporter of Worldwide Magazine, and I will proudly call Double Helix and go off on them.
This message erased. Next message.
Pete, I've watched your show for years, and I have nothing to do with Double Helix, but it just seems like you've overreacted on this edit day. On the editing time, there's hours that seemed reasonable to go by, and you just need to look at it a little bit differently. These people are, I'm sure, volunteers mainly, too.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock. They cut your ass off. I was going to listen to your important message. Now, what am I supposed to do now? Come on. Let's get Double Helix off the air, get Worldwide Magazine, #1, get it on Worldwide Magazine channel. Period. End of sentence. Thank you very much.
Well, we were showing some pictures of a real TV station for the people at Double Helix, because these pictures are about as close as they're ever going to get to a real TV station. They told me that I'm not qualified to work their equipment over there, but I'm the only one that works at a real TV station, and I work with millions of dollars worth of equipment that I use every day. Okay, we were talking about coming to the Double Helix meeting on November 4th, and that we were going to give out some free coffee and donuts. Well, I've just been handed this message here. While the show was on, the board of directors of Double Helix have met, and they have passed a new rule that donuts cannot be eaten at the meeting. So we'll probably have the donuts out in the hall, you know, before you go in. So you can't, it's a new rule. It's nothing against me, but I have to be affected along with everybody else. And you know, Double Helix does a show about unions called Labor Vision. Well, I don't want to say anything, but they don't pay union wages there. In fact, they pay coolie wages. But, you know, do as we say, not as we do. I want to talk about Big Daddy real briefly, and that is that Big Daddy, you know, he was real heavy. And he got thinner and thinner and thinner. And eventually he disappeared. Okay, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, I want to thank Joe Mama from KSD and Randall Osborne from the Riverfront Times for talking about us. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it, and thanks for the telling people what's going on, so thank you. And I want to remind you again that November 4th at 625 North Euclid, they're having a Double Helix Board of Directors meeting. We'd like you to come to show your support for Worldwide Magazine. They don't listen to me. Maybe they'll listen to you. Maybe they won't. Anyway, it will be fun. Some of the wrestlers are going to be there, and we're going to be having, well, different things outside, not inside the meeting, outside the meeting, which is at 625 North Euclid, the second floor. That's at the corner of Euclid and Delmar, and it's going to be Wednesday night, November 4th at 7 p.m. Okay, now I'm going to tell you later on here how I became the great Peacemaker. I have another example of that coming up later on our show. But now we're going to show you the William Webster interview with the Mad Russian. Now, I'll tell you my opinion of politicians. I think they're all crooks. Republicans are crooks. Democrats are crooks. Everybody is basically a crook. So you should vote for the crook that you like the best. So I don't really care. I don't know what's happening with William Webster or Mel Carnahan. I don't know who's right, who's wrong, who you should vote for. I don't know. I don't really care. It's none of my business, and, you know, it's Missouri, you know, who cares what happens here? I certainly don't. But the Mad Russian doesn't like William Webster. And he was, well, interviewing him recently, and here it is. This is Channel 9, and the big, great debate between Mel Carnahan and William Webster. The Mad Russian was there, and now, through the miracle of videotape, you are too.
Well, you know, we tried to talk about issues. I think we have different points of view in this campaign. I think it's fair to raise the issue that when our opponent says he'll be full-time, he goes home, practices law, make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then say, vote for me because I won't be a do-nothing candidate. I'll do things. We say, what things are you talking about? What have you done in the last 4 years? I think that's fair game. The tax issue is a very different issue. We have very different fundamental positions on this issue, and they're very well known in this campaign. We, up and down the line, voters have a real clear choice. You have a failed, obsolete liberal vision of tax and spend, and you have a conservative vision. It's created 300,000 more jobs in the state of Missouri. And Mel wants to attack about us. He wants to lie about our record. That's his choice.
What about the McCarthy spot? Did they outline that?
Well, I think they're absolutely fair. Mel Carnahan, in my opinion, is running the sleaziest campaign in the history of the state of Missouri, and I think it's fair game. You know, we had to think long and hard. We let this garbage pass for about 6 weeks, but you reach a point where you just have to stand up and say this is wrong, and this man's lying, and that's exactly what.
So, was there a clear winner in this debate, you think?
Oh, the voters will decide that in November. I hope people watched it because they understand what the differences are. I think we made our points.
Mr. Webster, you've been avoiding me. Excuse me.
Right now, that's because you're a jerk.
Why do you use second injury fund as your personal expense account?
Hey, watch out now.
Why are you trying to grab the mic out of my hand? Why does a fascist like you use Joe McCarthy as an issue, sir? Can we get some help here? Can we get some help? What about freedom of the media, please? Mr. Webster, you're avoiding us.
Would you get this guy out of here?
Whoa.
Whoa is right.
Hands off.
Can we get some help if he's with you? You're a guy. He's nuts.
Bill Webster is nuts.
Get that, everybody.
Bill Webster is scared of me. I don't know what's going on. I work for Kevin and Joe morning show on KSD.
Okay. I tell you what. Why don't we? Hang on.
I'm just doing my job, sir.
Hang on.
As a member
we need
of the
to deal
media.
with the responsible press, and we need to
I'm
get
more
them out of
responsible than majority of the legitimate press, sir. And I'm a lot more responsible than Bill Webster. The Attorney General of the state of Missouri is scared of this Russian immigrant. Isn't it great? The Attorney General has my file.
Well, what's your position with KSDK?
Okay, I'm not with KSDK.
Well, how come you're carrying the thing with KSDK on?
Okay, there's no K on there. I am a freelance for KSD Radio.
Sorry.
Morning show.
Gonzo journalist.
Okay, so you're a freelancer for KSD Radio.
Slash Gonzo journalist, yes.
He's just here for show.
And you're from where, ma'am?
The Post-Dispatch.
Great. I'm friends with Bill McClellan and Harry.
Post-Dispatch is the best newspaper in town.
It's the only newspaper.
Oh, well, the suburban journals. The suburban journals.
Mr. Webster, what chance does anyone have collecting from the second injury fund if they don't contribute to your campaign? What about your sleazy real estate deals, and why were you testifying before the grand jury?
Hey, push yourself.
No, why are you pushing me?
Because you're
What?
pushing me.
I was just standing here.
That's not true. You're pushing
I was
me.
standing here.
Okay.
Who are you, sir?
Who are you?
My name is Vladimir. Who are you?
I'm an individual. That's who I am.
Why are
you
you
just
who-
push me?
Why are you waving your finger in front of my face?
Why are you shoving that in my face?
I did not shove anything in your face.
what's that?
You're invading my space, sir.
Oh, I'm invading your space?
I'm doing my
You own
job.
this whole place.
I'm doing my job, sir.
Well, what is your job?
Look. Get them all real good, Pete. Get them on camera. Bill Webster has members of the SS protecting him from this reporter.
I'm a member of the SS? Is that what you just said?
Who are you?
I'm listening to what you just said about me.
I wasn't talking to you.
You just said that about me, that I'm a member of the SS.
Be quiet.
I'm not going to be quiet.
Were you with the FBI, sir?
You're with the CIA. What right do you have? I want to press charges against you. Who are you? What's your name?
And you pushed me.
I did not push you. I have it on
That's
film.
not true.
I have it on film.
And you
pushed
claimed
me.
I was a member of the SS.
Well, you look like a member of the SS.
We'll find out about that.
Actually, you have an uncanny resemblance to Thomas Raab from the Ku Klux Klan. Same vibrations, sir. I guess I'll give legitimate media a chance to do their interviews. Professional courtesy.
I don't know anything. I'm just an innocent bystander. How did he know you were a jerk? I mean, I had to know you before I found out. He knew it already. He didn't even meet you yet.
That's right. He knows all about you. Did you ever?
King.
Oh, did you? The one that...
I haven't even started.
But how did he know that you were going to ask him these pointed questions?
He must have had a file on me. He knows what I look like from my DMV pictures.
I was impressed. He knew who you were just right off the bat.
Well, because I've tried to set up an interview with his secretary on numerous occasions, and on numerous occasions I've been turned away.
Oh, where are you from?
Kansas City Star.
Oh, the Kansas City Star.
Testify in relation to his sleazy real estate deals. If you became governor, how much money can your...
What news organization are you with?
I'm with the other guy, KSD. I'm not with KSD. I'm with the other guy. Who are you?
I'm with the Webster organization.
Oh, hi. Well, listen. That other guy, I don't represent his opinions. I mean, I'm with him.
You are
with him. Take pictures of
You are with him.
Webster, but I have
That's
nothing
what I want
against
to know.
Webster.
He is with KSD.
No, I'm not. I'm not with KSD. Never said I was. No.
Yeah, you're with the guy
You're with the guy.
KSD.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm not against Bill Webster because I don't even know anything about him, honest. I really am not. I'm Republican. I've always voted for Republican. I vote straight Republican ticket. I really do. I really do.
Bill has a very important phone call. That's why he's been in that little closet for over an hour now.
Gonna give a little tour of Channel 9 now.
Down across.
Never been to Channel 9 much before. This is a hallway. A lot of transients here. Here, let me help you. Thank you, sir. Where you from? Where you from? Channel 5. Channel 5, good channel. Yeah, the best. One of my colleagues, one of my brothers in broadcasting. Where you from?
Channel 5, Pete.
Channel 5. Wait about the other guy. Who's from Channel 5?
Oh, he's a trainee.
He's a trainee?
Well, you
That's
know,
why he
trainee.
couldn't open the door himself.
No.
What office is this? Looks like a very nice office. Very tastefully furnished.
You guys see my
Hey,
cameraman?
Dad,
I said hello to you in the
How
board
are you?
room.
Hey, wait, what do you think of Bill Webster calling Mad Russian a jerk?
Oh, he didn't do that, did he?
Yeah, we have it on tape, baby. Now, here's where the girls in the office work. Typists and stuff, filers, stuff like that.
We're going to give you a few minutes now. A few seconds.
I appreciate it. This was fun.
A few seconds.
I had fun.
Don't let him.
Come on.
That was fun.
Hi.
How are you? Bobby.
William, how are you?
I'm above average.
Way to go. Good job.
I thought he was great.
I thought he was too. Hope we didn't make too much noise in the back where we're cheering.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, it's probably because it was the studio. I think so.
Okay. Who are you?
I'm just taking a picture.
No,
Man. You're famous.
who are you?
You're famous. I'm just the guy that's taking a picture. I'm do a public access television program. It's nothing. It's small change. It's just a chumpy guy. I'm nothing against you. I voted Republican. Every year I voted for Reagan twice. I voted for Bush twice. I'll vote for you.
I just asked who you are.
Oh, well, Pete Parisi. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Look, you know, sure.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Hope you win.
Let me run in here for a minute. Crazy. Still hanging out. Let me go for your car real quick.
Mr. Webster, I'm being shot! Why are you doing this? Why are you brutalizing me, Mr. Webster? Why are your people beating me up, sir? Do you have any money left in the second injury fund to cover me? Hey, stop brutalizing me!
Come on.
Ah!
Bobby? It's fine.
Why are you so crooked, Mr. Webster? Why are you so sneezy?
Good night, Bill. Great job.
Goodbye.
After the exchange, both candidates say, sorry. After the exchange, both candidates said it will be the voters who will decide who won this debate. After the exchange, both candidates agreed that it will be the voters who will decide who won this debate when they go to the polls on November 3rd. And both had definite ideas about the negative tone of this campaign. That'll do it.
We're watching today, Worldwide Magazine was reviewed by Double Helix. We don't know if it's going to be played on Double Helix. They have a new rule that the board just passed while we were talking that says they have to review all shows beginning with W. And of course, I'm the only show affected. But we asked if we could have some members of the press and the American Civil Liberties Union come with us and we could review the show together. Well, they said that their blue ribbon committee at Double Helix had to review the show in secrecy. Now, what does that mean? It's a television show. Thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people eventually will see it. Why do you have to watch it by yourself? Is facts about your organization that hard to take? Are you afraid that one or two people might hear them? What are you afraid of? Are we going to hit you or something? We're not going to do that. Anyway, I don't know if this show is going to be played on Double Helix. And if it's not, it'll still be played on CENTCOM cable and Continental cable, where they still believe in freedom of speech.
I'm Dr. Richard Parmley, and I would like to talk briefly about the cable system in the city of St. Louis. Originally, the cable system was allowed by the city of St. Louis with the provision that there were two cable companies that would pay a fee to the city for its operation. They were joined together by TCI, and TCI pays the city of St. Louis a fee to operate the cable system. In turn, a portion of this money is allotted by the city for a public access channel. This was allowed and given to a company called Double Helix, which was operating a radio station, KDHX, on the theory that this was a going operation and that they would best be qualified to operate the cable system. But unfortunately, KDHX is a radio station that is broadcast over a fairly large area. The television is limited totally to the city of St. Louis, and more than that, it is limited to those people who subscribe to TCI services. That means a very, very small percentage of the people of the city of St. Louis actually get to watch Channel 53 or Channel 35. Now, it is my understanding that the way the cable system is operated, the city of St. Louis has control over the media. And I believe that this is an extremely unfair situation to have a board of the Double Helix Corporation, which is primarily made up of people who live outside the city of St. Louis, who do not get cable, who do not know what is on Channel 53 or Channel 35, and yet they are voting on what you are going to see in the city. I think that the city would be well served to have TCI mail out special ballots to all their subscribers, and only those subscribers to TCI cable would be able to vote, and that they should vote for members that will control the cable network in the city of St. Louis, because there are a large number of religious organizations, and they account for about 4 days of programming, and there are an equal number of public access participants. I think it would be well if we had perhaps a board made up of 15 people, 7 of them from churches, 7 of them from public access, and 1 independent, and let these individuals control the cable system within the city. I think it should be pulled from Double Helix. Double Helix should have no voice, should have no more control over the cable system of public access in the city of St. Louis.